everyone, welcome to Elliott Field here in Brookline, Massachusetts. Special presentation of ASPNHD.com. We have the AAA Youth All-Star Game here for Brookline Youth Baseball. Along with John Scudris, I'm John Leahy, and John, should be a terrific day of baseball today. A lot of young stars on display with some pretty gaudy numbers.
Absolutely. We're joining action here in the bottom of the first inning. And in the top of the first inning, Jonathan Liu, the leadoff hitter for Washington Square, showed why he's the leadoff hitter in the All-Star Game as he reached base and ended up coming around to score, part of a multiple-run top half of the first inning. Liu, a jack of all trades for the first-place Padres. He also leads the team in saves and holds. Go figure, the guy can get it done at the dish and on the rubber as the Washington Square team gets set to pitch and Coolidge Corner gets set to bat.
All right, as John said, we are joining you in progress. We have played half an inning. Washington Square picking up 3 runs in the top half of that first inning. And we'll do our best to recap things for you. As coming up here, it'll be Coolidge Corner here in the bottom half of the first inning. Devin Chin will be leading off. He's a member of the A's in this league. And the first pitch is cut on and foul tipped back off to the left. 1 strike.
Yeah, John Chin, the starting pitcher for Coolidge Corner today, gave up a couple of runs, though defense was not assisting him a whole lot. A couple of errors in that top half of the first inning to his detriment.
And doing the pitching, starting for Washington Square, it is right-hander Takeru Matsuzaka, who is a member of the Marlins. Chin hitting .450, having a terrific year for the A's as the pitch misses high. We have overcast conditions here, John. The sun was out when we got here. Temperature was in the mid-70s, but it's starting to cool off a bit as the pitch misses away for a ball.
We're started.
Rain expected a little bit later, John, and a leadoff walk there, so we'll see if when it rains, it pours here for Matsuzaka in the first inning.
Isaac Tofel will step in. He is the first baseman. He is Chin's teammate with the A's. In fact, the first 3 hitters in this Coolidge Corner lineup are a member of the A's. There's a little bit of a curveball that misses low and away, ball 1. 3 runs in the top of the first for Coolidge, for Washington Square, that is.
That's really interesting to see 3 A's all leading off the Coolidge Corner lineup here. We'll see if they live up to their athletics namesake by trying to swipe a bag or 2.
And this one is swung on and tapped back toward the mound. Matsuzaka makes the play at first, and the runner will advance. The runner was off with the pitch. Chin able to make it into second base easily.
That was a good alert play, though, by Matsuzaka coming off the mound. As a right-hander, your momentum is naturally taking you towards your left from the windup, so that assisted him. Still a good play.
Here's Rui Yoshizawa. Pitch in the dirt. Runner will take off and make it easily. Should be a wild pitch there. So they'll have a runner at third with 1 out. Washington Square managed by David Samuels. He is their head coach. Coolidge Corner is headed up by Chris Roach as the pitch up and out of the zone from Matsuzaka. Yoshizawa grounds one up the middle for a base hit in the center field. That will produce the first run of the game for Washington Square.
So they get on the board here early on with only 1 out and answering what was a 3-run top half of the first inning by Washington Square. So we'll see whether or not they can put up a crooked number here.
Right or left?
All right. Think about an all-star game, John, as this pitch is lifted high in the air, center field. It's going to be caught out there for the out, making the catch the center fielder, Jack McSweeney. We have 2 away. You're bound to see a lot of offense in games like this.
Oh, yeah, we see it at every level, not just at the youth level. Even in the major leagues, the offense is pumping and the base runners are rounding with vigor as there's another wild pitch.
Oliver Stern is the batter. That wild pitch will move Yoshizawa up 90 feet.
The next 9, no, they're going out.
Batter is Oliver Stern, right fielder who is a member of the Astros. And he'll swing and ground one over the shortstop's glove. Runner had to wait to see if it would go through, and it did. So they'll have runners at the corners. Stern with a base hit up the middle.
Oliver Stern, his favorite athlete, he told me before the game. Jalen Brown of the Boston Celtics. He also plays travel soccer, but he did say that baseball was easily his favorite sport to play, and he showed why right there, ripping it right up the middle for a nice base hit.
Here's the third consecutive Astro to bat. Second baseman Theodore Kessler. Kessler will be up there from the right-hand side of the plate. Likes the song Fireball by Pitbull. Pitch up and away, ball one.
See if he can launch a fireball here. We've seen 6 batters now and only 2 teams represented.
Pitch is cut on and missed for a strike. Saw some power on display earlier in the home run derby. As the pitch here is swung on and grounded to the right side of the infield under the glove of the first baseman. And everybody's safe. Stenberg, the first baseman, had to go under his glove in the throw to third with the runner on the way. He'll get there. It's going to be an error, I would think, on the first baseman.
Well, it was a tough play, especially at this level, coming to his right, but still a play that you expect to be made if you're the starting pitcher for this Washington Square club.
Antonio Rivera is the batter. He's the center fielder. He is a member of the Giants here in the AAA division of the Brookline Youth Baseball League.
Wonder if he's a Mariano Rivera fan. His walk-up music enters Sandman, and it's been that way when pitchers face him this year. He's hitting .533 with over 10 runs scored.
Lofty numbers. Pitch is swung on and fouled straight back. Expecting some rain a little bit later on in the day, and hopefully it will hold off here in Brookline.
This Coolidge Corner team, the starting lineup, which is going to change every inning, has 3 A's to start, 3 Astros, and then 3 Giants. So some West Coast flavor on all 3 of these teams.
Pitch in the dirt back to the backstop. That's going to move Kessler up 90 feet.
So 2 Astros in scoring position here for Coolidge Corner as they look to even it up.
And there's a hot smash at left field for a base hit. This one's going to go close to the fence. And that will plate Kessler with the second run of the inning.
Both runs came in to score.
Yes, both runs, yes. So we're
that should
tied
tie
at
it
3, yeah. For Rivera, that's going to go as a double.
What a rip by Antonio Rivera right into the gap in the power alley, and that's the type of power that you're looking for out of your 7-hole hitter in an all-star game like this. Now his Giants teammate, Ellis Martino, hitting .474, who has great speed, John. 3 triples already this season.
Triple's the hardest type of hit to get in baseball. You got to have speed to have those.
It's 3-3 between Coolidge Corner and Washington Square here in the first inning.
And we have a new pitcher coming in to the game. And let's see if we can identify this young man. The secret here, John, is to identify the uniform type, and we've got a Cub into the ball game.
This is interesting.
Colin Gibbons.
Yeah, Colin Gibbons. Colin Gibbons actually during the home run derby prior to this game was pitching to his Cubs teammate in the home run derby. And so that was, I believe, Charlie Purdue, who he was pitching to. So we'll see if he can turn it back on after serving up meatballs during the home run derby to his teammate.
So Matsuzaka departs with 2 outs here in the first inning.
Another wild pitch there.
Wild pitch will move the runner up. Rivera will go to third with Martino at the plate.
Seems like it doesn't matter who's on the mound here in the first inning. It's been Wild Thing, Ricky Vaughn all over the place.
Gibbons deals, and it's up and away. Gibbons with an ERA of .20. He's hitting .785 with 5 home runs on the season. Pitch is cut on and missed. He loves baseball lore. He says he'd love to test his knowledge against anybody, even if they're not interested.
We'll see if I get a chance to talk to Colin a little bit later in this game. We'll see if I can give him a few stumpers.
He's also currently in training for the next season of American Ninja Warrior. Do you follow that at all?
I've seen it. I couldn't do it, or I would end up never being able to walk again, John, that's for sure.
So Gibbons working to the number 8 hitter, Martino. And we have a 3-3 game here in the bottom of the first. This pitch gets close to the backstop, but not far enough for an advance. The on-deck hitter here will be Felix Ham, who is another member of the Giants. The pitch from Gibbons. That one will catch the corner for a called third strike. And we have come to the end of the first inning of the AAA Brookline Youth Baseball All-Star Game. 3 runs in that inning with 2 hits, and there was 1 error and 1 man left. So we're tied at 3, John, at the end of 1.
Most of my family, they never graduated high school or even let alone go to college, so I'm trying to break that barrier. Every day after work, went straight to school, studied hard, and it paid off. I could not have done it alone. I see the future is really bright for me. The high school diploma is just added to the confidence, and now I feel unstoppable.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Yeah, and both teams showing their offensive prowess, but just the same, both teams showing some defensive deficiencies. We had an error on the first baseman for Washington Square, and in the top of the first inning, we caught a couple of errors on the infield for Coolidge Corner. We'll see if as the game progresses, the players kind of get their sea legs under them. Maybe they have a few jitters. Yep. Playing in an all-star game such as this on the web, being on camera is never easy, as you and I both know the first time we were on camera, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
As it looks like we have a new chucker here for the Royals, as they will send out a new pitcher here for the second inning.
You'll see a lot of players rotated in this ball game.
And that's going to be Ben Cote, a right-hander, number 7 for the Royals, an ERA of 1.20. They say he could easily have been an old-school ball player from the 30s and plays like Ty Cobb. Lofty comparisons here for Ben Cote.
And he likes shipping up to Boston, one of his favorite songs. And so Cote will
drop kick Murphys. We'll see if he can ship some of these opposing hitters out of here. Both pitchers so far struggling to do that, as I have at least 5 hits combined between both of these squads through just 1 inning.
And of course, we're working without a scoreboard and an official score, so we're going to have to move along and try to use our best judgment here.
The old-fashioned way.
Ben Kaysen will lead off here in the top half of the second inning for Washington Square. Kaysen, a third baseman who plays for the Pirates. And he is a speed merchant, John. He's got 8 stolen bases. Kaysen, the 9-man in the order for Washington Square. And this ball is rocketed down to third. It's boxed around a little bit, but the high throw is in time for the out.
Nice throw from third base. We've already seen a couple of issues on the infield, but not so much there as a nice play. I believe that's Kieran Bataya at third base for the Reds who made that play.
So we're set to go with the second hitter of the inning, and we'll have to see if we can identify the players here as we go.
This is going to be the aforementioned Cub, who's in the home run derby.
Ground ball back to the mound. It'll be played to first in time for the out.
So that was Charlie Perdue.
So 2 quick outs. Cote coming on and doing a nice job, retiring the first 2 that he faced here in the inning.
Bring up Jack Maloney, hitting .516 with 12 ribbies and 19 runs scored. So one of the big power threats in this league.
Maloney says he likes the song "All I Do Is Win" by DJ Khaled. Cote to the plate, late swing on a pitch down and away.
Yeah, it seemed like he second-guessed himself on that one halfway through, and we're already seeing this Cote. They compare him to Ty Cobb. He's looking pretty sweet there on the mound. More like Cy Young to me.
Maloney hitting .516 with 12 runs batted in. As we play here in the second, this pitch is lifted in the air. The pitcher makes the play. Like to see more pitchers field their position, and Cote makes the play. So a quick 1-2-3 inning. We've played an inning and a half here. It is Washington Square 3 and Coolidge Corner 3.
Todd's a great guy. I mean, look at him. What a sweetheart. Attaboy. Wait, Todd, what are you doing? How totally selfish and un-Todd-like of you. Come on, Todd. Come on, man.
Great pitching by Cote there as he fielded his position well, and now we're going to see back out there for more. Young man who finished off last inning for the Cubs.
Gibbons, yeah.
Gibbons is throwing a lot of pitches today. His teammate went into the home run derby final. That would be Purdue. And he pitched every single one. I think they gave them 15 outs per at bat. So now here he is again, pitching into his second inning.
I like having those Orioles all in the infield. That looked good.
All right, so we move on to the bottom half of the second inning. Felix Ham is going to lead off. It'll be the 9-1-2 hitters for Coolidge Corner here in the second inning.
Okay.
Felix Ham, a 609 batting average. John, we talked about some lofty numbers for these young men.
There's a reason why they're all stars, and women, like you said. Meredith Allen, one of the best young players in this league for Washington Square. She leads the league in base stealers, caught stealing as a catcher, and like father, like daughter, not to age our founder of ASPN HD, Arlen Shostak, but her father actually played for the Orioles under Arlen Shostak in 1979. So back in the days of Jimmy Carter, Arlen Shostak was coaching here in this league, and so now Meredith Allen continuing the generational gap here in the All-Star game.
And we have a 3-3 game here as we go to the bottom half of the second inning. And of course, when you think of Orioles in 1979, you think of the Major League parent club. The Baltimore Orioles went to the World Series that year. They lost to the Pittsburgh Pirates in 7 games. That's where all the We Are Family stuff came about.
That's right. 4 years later, they tripped up the Philadelphia Phillies in the World Series in '83 to triumph on Cal Ripken and company as we get set to go here in the second inning.
Felix Ham will step in to lead things off here in the bottom of the second. Ham over 30 strikeouts, a 42% strikeout ratio as the pitch misses low and away from Gibbons, who came in at the latter stages of the first inning. This pitch is smoked down the first base line, foul. A lot of parents and supporters at the game here today. Not a bad seat in the house here at Elliott Field, John.
Not at all. Good one for us as the pitch is swung on and missed by Ham. Foul tipped into the glove. Ham, really a 5-tool talent from the looks of it. A 609 batting average, over 10 stolen bases, and as you mentioned, a 42% strikeout ratio as a pitcher. So this is a kid with a great future ahead of him in baseball.
Gibbons misses high with the last one. This pitch, it crosses the plate, and it's in there for a called third strike.
Oof. Pitcher's pitch right there. That one hit the dirt and still got the call. What a break for the start for the relief pitcher, I should say here.
So we have one away here in the bottom of the second inning, and this pitch is going to be fouled straight back to the screen. And we'll let you know the next batter. Jared Sokolov is the batter.
Colin Gibbons coming in with a 0.20 ERA as that one is fouled off. Almost got our camera guy up the first base line. Sokolov had a difficult time not selecting the theme from Frozen as his walk-up song. I'm sure that's a problem with the generation. His theme song is believed by Imagine Dragons.
He can play any position. He's one of the best in the league at fielding the pitcher position, and he's really come along as a hitter this year. This one's lifted in the air to the right side. That's going to land in foul territory off to the right.
Just a bit foul, and as they say in Frozen, Mr. Sokolov just has to let it go and get back in the batter's box and get ready for this one.
Love those Oriole uniforms too. Pitches up in the zone for a ball. All the uniforms here very reminiscent of the Major League uniforms. The namesake pitches in there for a called third strike. Sokolov is down on strikes, 2 away.
And Colin Gibbons back-to-back strikeouts here to begin the second inning as he continues to cruise on the mound.
And here is his teammate, Meredith Allen. She's going to step in, leads the league in base stealers caught stealing. She's thrown out 4 base stealers this year, hitting .301. Meredith swings and misses at the first one. for strike one.
And she's humble too, John. I asked her anything interesting about her.
Ground ball foul down the first base line.
And then she said, I have 2 cats. So she didn't want to rain praises on herself for leading the league in base stealers caught stealing. She just wanted to remind me that she has a couple of felines.
All right, the pitch misses upstairs for a ball. Gibbons has been very effective since coming in. The pitch here, and Allen takes a call, 3rd strike. And that's going to do it for the 2nd inning for Coolidge Corner. So it's a quick 1-2-3 inning with 3 strikeouts. We've played 2 innings here at the AAA All-Star Game at Elliott Field in Brookline. We are tied at 3.
And I believe we will have a new pitcher here for the Coolidge Corner Club.
Yes, indeed. Now we have 3 Giants on the squad. Let's see if we can
that is
get
gonna
it.
be
Felix Ham, I believe, yes.
Or rather for Washington Square, I should say. Felix Ham, that 42% strikeout ratio he brings to the right arm on the mound. Over 30 strikeouts on the year. So we'll see if he can continue that dominance here in the All-Star Game as he becomes the 2nd pitcher for Washington Square.
Did you know kids who play outdoors have healthier lungs?
Totally.
Did you know that boys that play with dolls make better husbands?
My son has lots of dolls.
But did you know terry cloth diapers breathe better?
I did.
It's totally true.
Oh, yeah.
Did you guys know statistically friendly kids have more friends?
Yeah.
That's obvious.
Did you know most people think they're using the right car seat for their kid, but they're not?
Parents who really know it all know for sure that their child is in the right seat. Visit safercar.gov/the right seat to make sure your child is protected.
All right, we go to the top half of the 3rd inning. I want to thank Brookline Youth Baseball for their support of not only the league, but the broadcast here today. Sponsored by Pino's Pizza. And 2 Anonymous as well. I want to thank all our sponsors who have been so generous with their time and resources to support youth baseball and our broadcast here today.
We'll have some interviews with some of the athletes in between innings, starting next inning. I'll head on over there to the dugout. Hear from the voices of some of these great young athletes, the future of baseball, if you will, here on ESPN HD.
All right, so Ham, the new pitcher for, let's see, Washington Square coming up here in the inning. So Coolidge Corner, trying to get my scorebook in order here, John. It'll be Chin starting, then Cote, and now Ham, the 3rd pitcher of the day. You figure most of the players, if not all of them, are going to see action here today, John.
Yeah, I was having some trouble with it as well, only because they're both very similar, but because they don't represent any specific roster with Coolidge Corner or Washington State, no uniform. But the Giants, the A's, they're all on Coolidge. Remember, they're the West.
All right, Nathan Weinstock will lead off. And the pitch here is going to miss low and away, 1 ball, no strikes. Weinstock, a member of the Marlins, as this pitch is going to miss wide and away.
Weinstock hitting over 300 with 4 homers. He's played every position except catcher, and call him Tom Cruise because he was born on the 4th of July.
Weinstock with a ground ball to 3rd, throw off the mitt of the first baseman. And we have the leadoff man reaching.
So with Weinstock reaching, it'll bring up Spencer Marcus, who is a switch hitter and can throw a 65-mile-per-hour fastball, John, with either arm. Ambidextrous.
All right, pitch is a wild pitch back to the screen. Weinstock will move on up to second base. Spencer Marcus, an ERA of 1 on the mound. Pitch is cut on and missed. He's got an on-base percentage of .722, switch hitter, 65-mile-an-hour fastball, as John mentioned, with either arm. He can pitch with either hand, but he prefers being left-handed. There are not enough good lefties, John, in baseball.
Well, I was one of the bad lefties when I was growing up, so I certainly know that.
Well, we're both lefties. I also was left-handed. Played a lot of first base, though.
Batter is
Spencer Marcus.
Spencer Marcus.
Up there from the left side. And the pitch misses up and away. He likes Hall of Fame by the script. That was ball 4. Lev Tolkov will step in. He's a member of the Pirates as this pitch goes back to the backstop. And we will have both runners advancing. Wild pitch.
Lev has only played 9 games this year, but he has 2 4-hit games, so he's excelled in his rare usage. Big right-handed power threat.
4-hit games, two of them in 9 games played. Likes Hall of Fame. By the script.
Looking like Lenny Dykstra out there ducking under that one, closing up the strike zone against Ham.
As this pitch misses up and out of the zone. 3-3 our score as we play here in the 3rd inning. Pitch is lined out in the left center field. That ball's going to go all the way to the fence. That's going to produce a scoring play. And it is a 2-run hit. A double for Tolkov. And that makes it 5-3, John.
Yeah, and a great piece of hitting from Tolkov. He got ahead in the count 2-0, forced the pitcher Ham to serve a meatball right down middle in, and he took it into right center field. This is a guy who has multiple 4-hit games. He knows what to do with it.
So 2 key RBIs, and that makes it a 5-3 lead for Coolidge Corner.
Batter now is Ryan Kravitz from the Dodgers.
And Kravitz will line one to the right side. That is going to be a fair ball. And they'll send the runner around. It'll be an RBI single, and Kravitz will go up to second on the throw.
Yeah, that was not a good decision by the right fielder. He had no chance of getting the man from second, Tolkov, but now Kravitz advancing into scoring position on the throw. Already 3 runs across here in this frame, and an opportunity for even more as McWeeny will step up. Jack McWeeny hitting .622.
And he'll be first pitch swinging here. Deep fly to left. It's going to hit off the fence. Runner had to wait to see if it would be caught or out of here, but it's going to be an RBI double. So we have yet another run in. It's been a 4-run inning. It's now 7-3.
McWeeny, 24 RBI coming in with 3 bombs, 6 doubles. Almost had his 4th homer of the year. He'll have to settle for his second 2-bagger as he continues to swing a sweet stick. And his go-to song is House of Pain, which is what he's made it for opposing pitchers this year.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we move along here. And we have a player up there who does not have a uniform number. He's a Met. It's going to be one of
Michael Stemberg.
3 players, yeah. Stemberg, who was listed as he had a uniform number 0 as the pitch misses upstairs and out of the zone. Felix Ham nicked for 4 runs here in the inning.
Michael Stemberg wears no number, and his walk-up song is Humble by Kendrick Lamar, so fitting.
And this one's grounded to the right side. Second baseman unable to come up with it, but the shortstop follows up and makes the play. They'll send the runner around, and he's safe. So good hustle.
Even better play by Antonio Rivera, who had that double last half inning for the Giants. Hitting .533, but a great heads-up play after this one kicked off the second baseman to at least get an out at first base.
So if you're scoring at home, that's a 4-6-3 putout. And coming all the way around to score is McWeeny. For the 5th run of the inning, it's now 8-3.
That's going to do it for Ham, as they will bring on their 3rd pitcher of the day, John.
Yes, indeed. So a 5-run inning for Washington Square. It's now 8-3.
That will be Ben Rosenblatt, one of the top pitchers for the Astros. He has 12-plus strikeouts in 2 different games this year, including a complete game. And in the aura of us, he said he wants to be a broadcaster when he grows up. So
start early.
Yeah, absolutely.
Start early. So it has been a 5-run inning, 8-3 in favor of Washington Square. And nice crowd on hand here in Brookline. Always good to see support of youth baseball. A lot of lawn chairs around the perimeter of Elliott Field.
A lot of dogs here as well, enjoying
Absolutely.
the weather.
We saw a couple of them go at it a little bit. A little nipping going on.
Yeah, it looked like the Red Sox taking on the Orioles as those two dogs were going at each other. Chris Sale against Manny Machado, I believe.
Indeed. So I know we talked to some of the players before the game, and I know they were very excited that this game was being televised. Of course, it'll be on the internet a little bit later, but a nice moment for the kids here.
Yeah, absolutely. I can only imagine the feeling of Ben Rosenblatt here coming in, knowing he's on camera. I'm just going to see if I can talk to him later on this game, see how he feels about his performance.
All right, and we're set to go here, and the first pitch is cut on and missed on a pitch high up in the zone.
Like an eephus pitch there. This is going to be number 8. That's Ben Kaysen.
Kaysen rips one in the air, left field. That's in there for a base hit. Or are they going to call it a foul ball?
Yep, home plate umpire signal foul by just a few inches.
Kaysen leads the Pirates in steals with 8. Right-handed hitter stands in and grounds one down to third. Left-handed third baseman will make the play. That's going to be a 5-3 putout. Don't see very many left-handed third basemen.
No, you don't. Not these days, but a good play by Oliver Stern, who's a travel soccer star. And he showed it there with a little range to his right. And a good throw to help out his Astros teammate, Rosenblatt, on the mound.
All right, so this pitch is going to miss inside.
Brings up Curtis, who's the opposing pitcher right now.
No, you got that. You're up first. Oh, you're right.
Or rather, excuse me, Colin Gibbons.
Right. Here's the pitch. Off speed. Gibbons will take a called strike on the outside corner.
Gibbons hitting .785 this year.
5 home runs. Oof. And he's got to back out of the way of that one.
A little chin music, but he's got a smile on his face. I know I wouldn't if I was that age and something was thrown behind me.
Mm-hmm.
These are the best in the area, though, and it shows why.
Pitch is over the plate but low. Of course, it's all about development here, developing your skills. This is where it all starts. You learn the skills here that you'll use for the rest of your life. Curveball is a little bit low. I'm going to say ball 4 here. And so they've batted around here in the third inning as Washington Square.
That'll bring up Jack Maloney, .516 average, 12 ribbies and 19 runs scored. All he does is win, according to DJ Khaled's walk-up music, but also they're pretty much dominating right now on offense as that one's thrown away into center field.
Ninth man to bat in the inning, Jack Maloney. And the pitch here is off speed. They're taking off. And Maloney gets over to third. Gibbons to third. Jack Maloney stepping in here with a .516 average. Wind starting to pick up just a bit here at Elliott Field. Pitch is up and out of the strike zone. 5-run inning for Washington Square. It's now 8-3.
Command has been an issue for both teams.
And this pitch will miss low and inside for a ball.
As I said, right now, the pitchers are their own worst enemy as they can't hit the strike zone, it seems. But still a chance to get out of this one without any runs to his line for Rosenblatt as he came in to relieve Ham midway through this inning and has gotten a couple outs already.
So here's Weinstock stepping in. Weinstock reached on an error in his first at bat. Off-speed pitch is cut on and missed up in the zone.
Good pitch right there, dropping right down the middle, and Weinstock just way out in front of it.
Second at bat in the inning here for Nathan Weinstock. He'll lift this one in the air to right field, and it's going to drop for a base hit. They'll send the runner to third. Weinstock on his way to second. They're going to send him all the way around. Weinstock will go to third, and he's in with an RBI hit. 2-run score on that play. Spencer Marcus will step in.
What a sweet swing there from Weinstock, second of the inning, as came in with 4 homers, almost got his 5th. Devin Chin out in right field. He started the game as a pitcher. Looked like he had a beat on it, stumbled over himself.
Marcus hits this one back to the mound, and the play will be made. It's going to be a 1-3 ground out. That's going to do it in the inning. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 runs come across in the inning. And at the end of 2.5, Washington Square leads it 10-3. Big 7-run inning for Washington Square.
Todd's a great guy. I mean, look at him. What a sweetheart. Attaboy. Wait, Todd, what are you doing? How totally selfish and un-Todd-like of you. Come on, Todd. Come on, man.
So we move along to the bottom of the third. And Coolidge Corner coming up. It'll be the 3, 4, 5 hitters for Coolidge Corner here in the bottom half of the third inning. 3, 4, 5 spots in the order. And I should mention, John, that it's going to be a 6-inning game today. 6 innings.
Yeah, and we expect there may be some precipitation later for the major game, but right now it is just a little bit cool with wind blowing from right to left, which is going to help the right-handed hitters, at least it should. I think we have a new pitcher on the mound here.
It's Spencer Marcus. He is out there for Washington Square. As we will go to the bottom of the third. A 7-run inning has broken up a 3-3 tie and made it a 10-3 advantage.
So here's Spencer Marcus, who's the player who can throw 65 with both arms. It says, in his bio, he prefers lefty, but here he is in the All-Star game pitching righty. So we'll see whether or not that works to his advantage.
Although you can have a pitcher willing to throw both hands in a game, you just have to notify the umpire which hand you're going to throw from. I just saw that in a New York Penn League game. Pitcher for the Staten Island Yankees was ambidextrous, and before each batter he would let the umpire know, hey, I'm going to throw lefty or righty. But it appears that Marcus is going to be a right-hander.
Now, don't you need don't you need 2 gloves in order to do that? You need somebody, your bench coach or your pitching coach, to come out and bring you your other glove?
Yeah. It's a complicated process. John Skudris will be conducting an interview at the end of this half inning. And we're set to go here in the bottom half of the third. Hope you're enjoying the AAA All-Star game. The first pitch is clouded down the right field line. And that ball is going to land in fair territory. And on up to second base with a sliding double. The ball gets away briefly, but everyone's safe. So a leadoff double. That was Noah Grossman, who led off with that double for Coolidge Corner. So credit a double to Grossman. And the lead man is on. Kieran Bhatia will step in. He plays for the Reds here in Brookline Youth Baseball. This pitch is swung on and topped foul behind the plate. Grossman going to have to go back to second base. Bhatia, a member of the Reds, likes the song Unstoppable by Sia, S-I-A. We have a brief stoppage here. (10-3) is our score as we play in the bottom half of the third. Kieran Bhatia, member of the Reds. And the pitch to the plate is cut on and fouled straight back to the screen. So Grossman led with a double. Coolidge Corner trying to work their way back into this one, down by 7. And Bahia will swing and lace one to the right field. That's a base hit. Grossman will hit third, and they're going to wave him around. The throw to the plate, it's going to be close, and he's out. So they send the runner. Grossman aggressive on the base pass, but he is thrown out at the plate. So 1 out with a runner at first. And as you take a look on replay, perfectly executed. Nice throw to the plate. And the out recorded there. This looks like Renan Gerwitz stepping in, another member of the Reds here in the AAA division of Brookline Youth Baseball, as this pitch misses down in the zone. Gerwitz likes 300 violin orchestra. Pitch misses low and outside for a ball. Gerwer's a right-handed hitter. And this pitch is upstairs and out of the zone for a ball. Marcus into the windup. Off-speed pitch. And it's going to miss low and in for ball 4. Here's Avi Abet, another member of the Reds. We've had 3 consecutive Reds bat here in the inning, and the pitch misses upstairs for a ball. You got runners at first and second. And let's send it over to John Skudras with our first interview. John.
Thanks, John. John Skudras here with Ben Rosenblatt. Ben, you got on the mound last inning. You did really, really well out there. How'd you feel out there? How's your arm feel?
I mean, it feels fine. I have a playoff game sometime this week, so I just want to rest it.
Yeah, you didn't want to go too hard in an exhibition like this. You wanted to save your stuff up. I understand that. So I hear your favorite team is the New York Yankees, and you just got a new dog, and you named him after your favorite Yankee right now. What's your dog's name?
Judge, after Aaron Judge.
Aaron Judge, monster power hitter. You're a great power hitter yourself. You're hitting over 500 this year, Ben. How much work do you put into baseball, and outside of school, how much of your time is dedicated to the sport?
It's really great because I work so hard, and it's great to make the All-Star team.
All right, Ben, well, I appreciate it. Go out and have fun out there. Back to you, John.
All right, thanks very much, John. Great stuff. And we have another base on balls here as Abbott reaches. And here's Ben Cote, who saw some action on the mound earlier. Cote, a member of the Royals, wearing number 7. And this pitch is down in the zone for a ball. So you've got runners at first and second with 1 man out in the inning. Rejoined here by John Skudras in the booth as Ben Cote steps in with an average of 400. And this pitch will be high and out of the zone. Was he nervous being on the air?
Not as nervous as I was the first time I was ever on the air, John. I'll tell you that. And as this one is ripped here.
Pop up to the shortstop. The out is recorded. Everybody will stay where they are.
And before I went on the air with him, I asked him, so I hear you want to be a broadcaster when you grow up. And you know what he said? Yeah, if I don't make the major leagues. I told him, yeah, that's the plan for all broadcasters.
So that's the fallback plan, huh? He's going to try to be a major leaguer first and then, well, broadcaster from there. Good for him. Here's Coley Mark. He'll take the pitch outside for a ball. Mark hitting 500 on the year. He also pitches. He's got an ERA of 1.5, 56 strikeouts. And this pitch is lifted high in the air to right. That's going to be looped in for a base hit. 1 run is in. Here comes the second run. And they'll throw through to the plate. And it's a 2-run hit for Mark. And it's now 10-5.
Yeah, I talked about Coley Mark's pitching prowess before the game, showing he can do it from the batter's box as well. An opposite field bop there, brings in a couple of runs. And, man, it's like a track meet out here. The runners keep coming around third. And this is a game that may last a bit longer than we expected as we have yet another pitching change.
Well, that's going to put runners at the corners, and it's now a 10-5 ball game. And a new pitcher coming on. We're going to give you the information. It's going to be Grayson McCarthy, it looks like, coming on to do the pitching. McCarthy is a member of the Mets, as you can see. And he's got a batting average of .600, also doing some pitching. And he's going to face the number 9 man in the order, number 9 hitter, coming up here. His father is the coach of the Reds in the Major A division, and his name is Stephen McCarthy. And he also coaches summer ball as well. Grayson's older brother Ford, member of the Reds, also an all-star. So we have a 10-5 game, and one man out in the inning. The only out in this inning occurred at home plate. We'll take it over once again to John Scudris with our next interview. John, take it away.
Thanks, John. John Scudris here with Meredith Island. And Meredith, one of the few females out here on this All-Star game. How does it feel to be one of the best catchers in your league right now?
I don't know. It's cool.
It is absolutely cool. You know what else is cool? I talked to you before the game. You told me that you have 2 cats. What are your cats' names?
Goofball and Stella.
Goofball and Stella. Is Goofball a goofball? Is that why you named him that?
Yeah.
Well, you go out there and have some fun and be a goofball yourself as your team looks to win this All-Star game.
Thanks.
That's Meredith Holland. Back to you.
All right, thank you, John. Noah Farb is the batter as he swings and gets a piece of it. Farb having a terrific year. He's hitting .650, leads the team in line drive base hits. He's also outstanding in the field as well. This pitch is pop foul, straight back and out of play. Now that is a new type of statistic. I didn't know that they had a stat for line drive base hits. That's outstanding. I'll have to incorporate that as the pitch is in the dirt. The runner will advance to second. That's going to be a wild pitch. Mark will move on up 90 feet.
These days, they have stats for seemingly everything. Sabermetrics and the stat geeks, Bill James.
You don't want to go too overboard with the stats because they're really, really diversifying. They're quite complicated, some of the newer stuff. Pitches up for ball 4. Farb with a base on ball. So Coolidge Corner making some noise here in the bottom half of the third. They've scored twice. It's a 10-5 game.
Topsy-turvy affair, roller coaster ride of an all-star game, John.
Yeah, as we might have expected.
Yeah, I think pitching was expected to be not at a premium here as the throw back to the pitcher gets away. Can't count Coolidge Corner out, though.
Right. Looks like Devin Chin stepping in. And the pitch misses away. Chin at 450. And this pitch is in there for a called strike. Nasty pitch there.
Yeah, the bottom dropped out of that the last second. Almost looked like it was low, but got the call.
And there's a swing and a miss, strike 3. And the inning is over. So that will retire the side. It's a 2-run inning. We've played 3. It's Washington Square 10, Coolidge Corner 5. You're watching the AAA Brookline Youth Baseball All-Star Game from Elliott Field in Brookline.
Good morning. Hope you all had a good weekend and are ready to be inspired. One quick thing I want to remind you guys to be studying.
Major key alert. Did you just look at your phone while you was in class? You played yourself.
Class, today we're talking about inspirational quotes.
You want to get that paper? You better turn in that paper and get an A+. That's a major key. Another one. Mogul talk. You want to reach the mountaintop? You got to go hard. To succeed, you have to believe. Stay focused. Fly higher than the eagle. Don't ever play yourself. The key is to make it, so make it.
Louise, can you give me an example of an inspirational quote from recent history?
Don't play yourself. The key is to make it.
And who said that?
I did. Now that's a major key alert.
Learn the real major keys to getting to college at getschool.com.
So a 2-run inning. We are halfway through this All-Star game. And it's a 10-5 ball game. John Leahy with John Skudras. And we're going to move on to the top half of the 4th inning with Washington Square coming up. Each team scored 3 runs in the top of the 1st inning. Washington Square would score 7 in their half of the 3rd, and then Coolidge Corner answering back with a pair in their half of the 3rd. So it is a 10-5 ball game. And looks like we have a new pitcher on as Washington Square comes up in the 4th. Coolidge Corner will bring in yet another hurler. And we'll give you that information momentarily. And that looks to be Coley Mark on the mound now for the Royals. Mark has been tremendous on the mound. He has a 1.50 ERA with 56 strikeouts. And the pitcher that Mark emulates is Andrew Miller, the big left-hander who was Red Sox property for a while, also pitched for the New York Yankees. And so Coley Mark will start things on the mound here in the 4th inning. And so we are set to go here in the top half of the 4th inning. Lev Tolkoff will be the leadoff hitter here in the top half of the 4th for Washington Square as the warm-up tosses are complete. Going to be the 5, 6, 7 hitters. Tolkoff is batting for the 2nd time in the game. His first at bat produced a 2-run double. Came in hitting .483. Mark ready to work to Tolkoff. And the first pitch is inside. It was actually a bit behind the right-handed hitter for ball 1. 1-0. Mark, a member of the Royals. You can see the light blue uniform. Very reminiscent of the Major League uniform of the same color. Pitch misses low and inside for a ball. Tolkoff 2 4-hit games this year in 9 games played. And the next offering is an off-speed pitch on the inside corner for a called strike. If you're a pitcher, you want a quick 1-2-3 inning. The mark deals, and the pitch is up and out of the zone for a ball. And the next offering is downstairs. It'll be a leadoff walk. All right, let's take it over now to our sideline reporter once again, John Skudras
here with Charlie Purdue. Charlie, number 11 for the Cubs, but you were one of the tops in the home run derby prior to this All-Star game, finishing as the runner-up. How'd that feel to come in the finals there?
It was amazing because I was practicing, with my friends, and I was getting like scores that I thought were like okay. But then when I realized that they were pretty good, and then during the home run derby, I felt really good when I got a really good place.
Well, you certainly should have, as you were a runner-up. Now, you have over an 800 batting average this year, so you obviously work a lot at baseball. What's your favorite sport outside of baseball?
I like soccer as to play with it, like playing soccer with my friends during recess and stuff like that during school. But I also like playing football, I used to play flag football with place.
Excellent. I'm going to call you Charlie Hustle here for the rest of the day, as you were outstanding both in the All-Star game and the home run derby. Let's go back to John Leahy with the broadcast.
All right, thank you, John. Alec Robin is the batter now, and he'll line one up the middle. That's going to be a base hit center field. Tolkoff will hit third, And they're going to wave him around. The ball was cut off at the mound. Now they've got him in a pickle between home and third, but he'll get back to the bag safely. A smart play there by Tolkoff. He kept that rundown going long enough for that runner to get to second base. Very smart play. So a base hit for Robin. And he goes to second on the rundown. And Tolkoff winds up at third. So an outstanding bit of base running there. Pitch here is going to miss low and inside. That will go back to the backstop. Batter is Eamon Bushell. Check that. It's Ben Samuels. Ben Samuels from the Padres stepping in. Hot smash into left field for a base hit. That's going to score one run. The second run will be held at third. Now on the throwback in, it gets away, and it's going to wind up being a two-run play. So, Eamon Bushell of the Padres picks up an RBI hit. Scoring on the play is Tolkoff. And Robin is going to also come in to score on that play. Two-run inning here for Washington Square, and they now lead the ball game 12-5. All right, so we will continue on here. And stepping in, we have a member of the Mets. The pitch is upstairs, and the runner will head to third. Call that a wild pitch. Samuels advancing over to third. We're not sure who this player is. Pitch is bunted foul back, and a nice catch, and it's dropped. Good effort there behind the plate. Meredith Alland getting a glove on it, but it just popped out at the last moment. Pitch is smashed on the ground, back to the mound. They'll hold the runner at third, and the play is made. 1-3. Now they'll send the runner home, and he will score. 1-3 ground out. It's going to wind up being an RBI. Bushell will come in to score the third run of the inning. It's now 13-5. This pitch is sliced into left field for a base hit. Opposite field hit.
And the hits keep coming here, John, as these two teams keep going at each other. But Washington Square is starting to expand their lead. And for Coolidge Corner, in only a 6-inning game, they're running out of outs.
Indeed. Well, Mark has been touched up here for a run as the pitch is grounded foul down the third base line. As the challenge, John, is to try to identify the batter as quickly as we can. We have to go through our notes.
This is Gibbons, I believe, right?
Yes. Okay. Colin Gibbons stepping in. Pitch is low for a ball, and the runner will advance. We'll call that a wild pitch.
Gibbons has been all over the field today. Pitch to the aforementioned Charlie Purdue, the young man I just interviewed, who I don't think quite understood the nickname I gave him, Charlie Hustle. It may have been before his time.
Yep.
Pete Rose.
Gibbons has had one plate appearance, and he drew a walk. And the pitch misses downstairs. Runner halfway between second and third.
Although I believe it's his teammate Gibbons who says he's the baseball aficionado, so maybe he would understand who Charlie Hustle is.
I think he would have to if he's got the knowledge that he's got. Off-speed pitch misses away from Mark.
I just love the bio. He loves baseball, Lauren will test his knowledge against anyone at any time, even if they are not interested.
Next offering is in the dirt. Runners will stay. Now they'll break for third, and the throw will not be in time.
Wow, so first a great block there by Meredith Allen, who lives up to her namesake as one of the best defensive catchers in the league. And an even better play on a base running play by Alex Cantwell, number 7 for the Mets.
And there's a check swing flare. It's going to get to the shortstop on the edge of the outfield grass. That throw will not be in time, and that's going to be an RBI hit for Gibbons.
They call him an old school ball player, and he plays like Ty Cobb, but Ben Cote looking like Jimmy Rollins on that scoop. The short one hop at shortstop makes the nice snag, but unable to beat the runner Gibbons. And another run comes in, as you said, as it continues to rain and pour on this pitcher, Coley.
So it has been a 4-run inning. It's now 14-5. As the pitch will miss.
I'm assuming no 10-run rule in the All-Star game.
Right.
Batting here is Jack Maloney.
And Maloney will rip one into center field for a base hit. They'll send the runner around to third. Maloney up to second. And that's going to be a double for Maloney.
Kind of surprised Gibbons didn't score there, as that one was ripped up the middle and then got by the center fielder. I believe that's Sokolov out there, but still unable to bring the runner home from first. And so now a big out coming up. We'll see if they let Coley finish it. It looks like they might be going for a reliever, and they will.
Nathan Weinstock will be the batter.
And Alex Cantwell, John, will be the new pitcher.
Alex Cantwell, a member of the Mets, enters the ball game here. Actually, let's see. Now, this is an Oriole. This is an Oriole coming on to pitch. Let's see.
Then it's Noah Grossman.
Noah Grossman, historically one of the top catchers in AAA. This year he has been called on a great deal to pitch, play shortstop and first base. He has a 2-home-run game, and he nearly hit for the cycle in another ball game. So Grossman on to do the pitching, a member of the Orioles.
Pretty nice resume. Top catcher in his league, now being a pitcher here in the All-Star game. We'll see if Noah can get the job done here in the 4th inning.
It's been a 5-run inning here for Washington Square as they have opened up a 10-run lead, 15-5. Nathan Weinstock has reached base both of his plate appearances today. Reached on an error by the left fielder in the 3rd inning. Check that, make that the first baseman. I'm having trouble reading my own writing here. He also had a 2-run triple his last time up. Weinstock, a member of the Marlins.
And Weinstock has a chance to blow the floodgates wide open here. His team already up by 10. We'll see if Noah can, so to speak, build an arc to get them out of this inning as the waters continue to rise over Coolidge Corner.
And it is getting more and more overcast here, John. We had, the sun was out when we arrived. Temperatures in the mid-70s, cooling off a little bit. Weinstock with a big swing and a miss. 4 strike, 1. 1 out here in the 4th inning. Weinstock takes the pitch downstairs for a ball.
Weinstock's had himself a heck of a day as that throw back from Allen gets away, but backed up nicely by Cote.
Each team scored 3 runs in the first. Washington Square with 7 in the 3rd. Coolidge Corner got 2 in the bottom of the 3rd. And Washington Square has responded with 5 here in the top of the 4th. Weinstock up there from the right side. Pitch in the dirt. And a great stop there by Meredith Holland.
Noah Grossman's Orioles teetering at 500, 6-6 through 12 games this year. A lot left to be determined in this league.
As the breaking ball is low and, well, actually they're going to call that a called 3rd strike.
Just a bit outside, but he got the corner, and
I
think at this point they're just going to give Grossman a break there.
They finally retire Weinstock. Here's Marcus. He grounded to the pitcher his last time up. Second at bat here, and he swings and gets a piece. Fouls it off to the left and out of play. Elliott Field here in Brookline, located right off of Chestnut Hill Avenue near Cleveland Circle in Brookline. Pitch off the mitt of Holland. Back to the backstop.
Meredith's had some issues throwing the ball back to the pitcher this inning, which is a bit surprising considering she leads the league in caught stealing as a catcher. So maybe the yips here in the All-Star game.
Ground ball hit to the left side. Mark, the third baseman. His throw is right on the money. That's going to retire the side. Marcus grounds out 5-3. And the inning is over, but not before Washington Square puts up another crooked number. They score 5 times in the inning. And we go to the bottom half of the fourth. It is Washington Square 15 and Coolidge Corner 5 as we bring you coverage of the AAA All-Star game.
Most of my family, they never graduated high school or even let alone go to college, so I'm trying to break that barrier. Every day after work, went straight to school, studied hard, and it paid off. I could not have done it alone. I see the future is really bright for me. The high school diploma is just added to the confidence, and now I feel unstoppable.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
These are all great players, but I think, later on when we do the majors game, we may see a little bit more crisp in the field, a little more snap of the mitt. These players obviously younger, less experienced than those major A players, so it'll be interesting to see just how wide the chasm is in not just talent, but preparedness between the AAA squads and the major A that we'll be bringing you later on.
So we're going to move along to the bottom half of the fourth inning. And for Coolidge Corner, coming up here in the bottom of the fourth, it'll be the 2, 3, 4 hitters coming on up. And we want to also take a moment to recognize our outstanding crew here today. John, we have the A-team out here today, Arlen Shostak, our producer and director. Radcliffe Angus, our engineer. Ken Bergeron, Scott Bergeron, Tomek Doros, Liz Rios on camera, Jim Dowdy, Frank Morello on camera, Alex Rios on replay. Pat Clifford is also on camera. Stu Sclaver, our statistician. Along with John Scudris, I'm John Leahy as we get started here in the bottom of the fourth. High chopper, and it's going to be a 4-3 putout to start the bottom of the fourth. Maloney hit it well, but it's a 4-3 ground out.
He had a great play by Jonathan Liu over at second base. There's a reason why he's one of the best second basemen in this league. Got the short hop, flipped it over to first base, one down.
So we move on to number 2 man in the inning. Pitch is slowly top foul, off to the right.
It's going to be Rui Yoshizawa.
Yoshizawa, yes. Pitch misses upstairs out of the strike zone. Yoshizawa likes Back to the Future theme song. Players have walk-up music, all of different varieties. There's a swing and a miss at a pitch low and in.
Wait, Coolidge Corner, may need a DeLorean to bring them back to the future as they continue to struggle down by 10 here.
1 man out in the inning.
Wait, Dad, what's happening?
And Yoshizawa down on strikes.
A couple of quick outs here. A good start to the inning for Washington Square as they look to wind this one down and get a victory.
Here's Ben Rosenblatt, the 3rd man to bat in the inning. Rosenblatt, a member of the Astros, likes the song Fake Love by Drake. Wearing number 21. Pitch misses upstairs and out of the zone.
Got a chance to talk to Ben, obviously, here on the broadcast. Favorite player, Aaron Judge of the Yankees.
This pitch is hit well, but off foul, first base side.
Rosenblatt this year has been judge, jury, and executioner. He's hitting .525 with 6 stolen bases, but he's also a great pitcher with a complete game.
Rosenblatt with a swing and a miss. Second strike there. You got to think this is an ideal day for pitchers. Perfect weather. As this pitch is smoked on the ground to shortstop. It's knocked down nicely, but the runner will be safe at first. Rosenblatt drilled that one. It's going to be an infield single.
Well, that was a great play by Kravitz, diving forward to attempt to make the snag and recovering afterwards. And I think, to be quite honest with you, although I'm much farther away, he looked out.
Here's Oliver Stern. Pitch misses for ball one. Stern, a right-handed hitter. And he will cut and miss at the second offering. We are in the bottom of the fourth inning. Washington Square up on top 15-5 over Coolidge Corner. The AAA All-Star game here from Elliott Field in Brookline. And there's a call, third strike. And that's going to do it in the inning. Stern is down on strikes. No runs for Coolidge Corner in that inning, John. And we've played 4 innings. Our score, 15-5.
Yeah, and what we've seen so far offensively is that not only are these two very capable offensive lineups, but more importantly, the pitching staff has struggled to maintain their command. A lot of the trouble in this game has been with the walks, with the hit by pitches, and putting people on base for the heart of the order. And so far, not so good for the pitchers on either of these two staffs. As anytime you have 20 runs combined between both clubs, the pitching coaches aren't going to be too happy.
Yes, indeed.
Did you know kids who play outdoors have healthier lungs?
Totally. Did you know that boys that play with dolls make better husbands?
My son has lots of dolls.
But did you know terry cloth diapers breathe better?
I did.
It's totally true.
Oh, yeah.
Did you guys know statistically friendly kids have more friends?
Yeah.
That's obvious.
Did you know most people think they're using the right car seat for their kid, but they're not?
Parents who really know it all know for sure that their child is in the right seat. Visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat to make sure your child is protected.
So we're going to move along to the top half of inning number 5 with a 15-5 score. And we've had a couple of innings, 2 consecutive innings for Washington Square. They've batted around. So that has been very significant. All right, so Ben Rosenblatt will take the mound here as we start the top half of the 5th inning for Coolidge Corner. Rosenblatt, we've mentioned his name a few times during this broadcast. And he is going to get things started pitching-wise. Rosenblatt, a member of the Astros. So we're going to move along to the top half of the 5th inning. Going to have another interview coming up very shortly. We'll get you over to that here momentarily. As coming up for Washington Square, Lev Tolkov will lead off. Tolkov has had a successful day at the plate. He has doubled. He's also drawn a walk. 1 for 1. Tolkov, a member of the Pirates. And the first pitch of the inning is over but low, ball 1. 1-0. Rosenblatt, right-hander with a lean frame. The pitch is inside. It's going to hit the batter. So Tolkov is plunked with a pitch as we start the 5th.
Square, Ryan, Kravitz.
John's ready on the third base.
Here's the second man of the inning, Ryan Kravitz.
Exactly.
Kravitz, a right-handed hitter, and he'll smack one on the ground in left field for a base hit. Tolkoff up to second. He'll try to make third. The throw back in is going to be in time. Runner will advance to second. Credit a base hit there. And Ben Samuels from the Padres will step in. Samuels, a right-handed hitter with a swing and a miss at pitch number 1.
Ready on the third pitch.
All right, let's send it over to John Skudras.
John Skudras here with Jay Allen, the father of Meredith Allen, who we had on the ESPN HD network earlier in the game. And Jay, you played in this league for Brookline under our producer and founder of ESPN HD, Arlen Showstack. What was it like playing for him back then, and what's it like coaching your daughter here in 2017?
Well, I played for Arlen and his dad. His dad was an amazing coach, and Arlen was just coming up. He was probably 16, 17, 18 at the time. And the fact that he's still coaching now is pretty impressive 38 years later. And it's great to be on the same field and be coaching my daughter on the same field. It's pretty fun.
It's got to be awesome for your daughter to be such a great catcher here, such a young age, playing out here with all the guys and living up to their potential and living up to hers as well.
It's pretty impressive. I chuckle every time I see her out there keeping it rolling with the boys.
Well, Coach, good luck and best of luck the rest of the season.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Back to you, John.
All right, John, thank you very much. Rui Yoshizawa is now on the mound for Coolidge Corner. And Jay McCarthy is going to step in. And the pitch here. Well, we got Yoshizawa finishing up his warm-up tosses. We're getting a wide range of guests here. And we thank John Skudras for his outstanding work with the interviews. John, you're getting a whole spectrum, wide spectrum of guests today.
I'm getting my exercise too, John. Back and forth, to and fro, much like the base runners here in this game right now. Last time I checked, it was 15-5. Has that changed?
I'm going to have to check. My scorebook is actually a mess. A ground ball past the mound, and they get the runner at first. And Samuels will advance over to third.
So now 16-5 as Coolidge Corner continues to get put into the corner. Right now, things continuing to unravel for them. Still, though, great performance by all athletes, win or lose. It is an all-star game, so it's an exhibition, and there's a reason that these players are here.
Yes, indeed.
It's ESPN, not ESPN. Stupid.
Noah Grossman standing in. And Grossman will pop one foul over by our first base camera, Jim Dowdy. Grossman, a member of the Orioles.
Got a crowd of young athletes behind us as they like watching themselves on the camera. Can't say I blame them.
Well, you did too at your age, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Pitch misses upstairs.
Plunked him. And I believe that was Alex Cantwell who's going to lumber himself over to first base for being plunked on the foot.
Yoshizawa for the A's.
So that will bring up Jonathan Liu, Padres closer, who has not blown a save all year.
That ball is well hit, foul down the first base line.
This is Jonathan Liu for the 10-2 Padres, who have scored 123 runs and have allowed a league minimum 76 runs so far this year, and Liu a big reason.
He has never failed to hold a lead all year. He's also the Padres' leadoff hitter. They're the number 1 seed, Padres, in the Washington Square division. Padres have won 10 of 12. to start the year. Lou grounds one into right field, and that's going to be a base hit. His teammate Samuels comes in to score, and the runner will advance to third.
So the Padres lead Washington Square. The A's, who of course the pitcher Yoshikawa is an A, leads Coolidge Corner. And so best versus best there, and Lou ends up coming through for his squad.
Here's Matsuzaka up there from the right side, and he'll take the first pitch upstairs for ball one. Member of the Marlins. Off-speed pitch will miss low and away. Rui Tuizawa, Matsuzaka. Let's see, I'm going to get these names correct here. Rui Yoshizawa pitching to Takeru Matsuzaka. This is the age when they start to experiment with curveballs and breaking balls. This pitch is low and away, and he's going to draw a walk.
And John, that's always been a controversy, at least it was when I was growing up. What age should you start throwing breaking pitches, putting that stress on the elbow? And I knew a lot of people when I was 10 or 11 were throwing curveballs, and some coaches would say not to do that yet. It's an interesting philosophy.
Here's Lincoln Hafner as he swings at a check swing at a pitch upstairs for strike one. Well, the bottom line is when you're at this age, you have to do it under the strict supervision of your coaches. And also just not to put too much strain on that wrist and elbow. Hafner fouls one straight back over the roof.
Well, you have some people who say that, they shouldn't be throwing as much when they're kids, and then you have old-timers like Jim Cott who say the more you throw, the less likely you are to have Tommy John.
Pop up, and it'll be caught out in shallow center field. And that will retire the side. So we have come now to the end of 4.5. Washington Square leads 17-5. They score a pair of runs in that fifth inning. And John, the second inning is the only inning that Washington Square has not scored in this game.
It's been a full-on blitzkrieg from Washington Square all afternoon, long as they continue to bring the heat through 4 innings. Look at that. 17 runs on just 13 hits, and that's the tale of the tape right there. Too many walks, a couple of errors, and it's really bit Coolidge Corner in the behind, and that's why they are behind right now as we head to the fifth.
Todd's a great guy. I mean, look at him. What a sweetheart. Attaboy. Wait, Todd, what are you doing? How totally selfish and un-Todd-like of you. Come on, Todd. Come on, man.
Samuels pitching as we go to the bottom half of the fifth inning. Coolidge Corner coming up. So Samuels for Washington Square taking the mound here. Take a look at the standings in the Brookline Youth Baseball. Get it here in a moment. AAA standings. The A's leading with a 10-2 record in the Coolidge Corner division. The Royals are 8-4, 2 games behind. The Astros are 6-6, 4 back. So are the Orioles. And we've got the Reds at 5-6. The Giants at 3-9. In the Washington Square division, the Padres are 10-2. Pirates 6-4. Cubs are 5-6-1. Dodgers 4-7-1. The Mets are 3-8, and the Marlins are 3-9. So we'll move along to the bottom of the fifth. Remember, it is a 6-inning game. So Ben Samuels takes the hill.
Now, do you know how the playoffs work in this league with regards to if there's wild cards, second-place teams?
No, but I think we hopefully we'll find that information out.
Find out from Arlen Shostak. He's coached in this league. Because right now the Royals and the Pirates lead in second place in each of their respective divisions, but the Astros and Orioles and Cubs are all right there.
Kessler will lead off things here in the bottom half of the fifth inning. Ben Samuels is the youngest player in AAA. He has shut out AAA opponents in 6 of 9 appearances on the mound this year. He is primarily a starter, but he has never left the mound this season without the Padres being in the lead. First pitch is going to miss outside for ball one. 1-0. We're playing in the bottom half of the fifth. 17-5 is our score. Washington Square on top. The game was tied 3-3 at one point, but it's been all Washington Square since. There's a slow ground ball to the right of the plate, and it is unplayable. Base hit.
Infield single for Theo Kessler, who is a travel soccer star, and he showed it there with his wheels, looking like a midfielder.
Here's Antonio Rivera, a member of the Giants. And the first pitch is cut on and missed for strike one. Rivera, a .533 batting average. He's scored over 10 runs. The next offering is slowly tapped toward the mound. Samuels gets a glove on it but can't make a play. That will put runners at first and second with nobody out for Coolidge Corner. Here's Ellis Martino, another member of the Giants. Martino entered play today with a .474 batting average. His pitch is in the dirt. Both runners will move up a station. And the throw back over to third briefly gets away. Martino, 3 triples and over 10 runs batted in.
Martino coming into play, hitting .474 with 3 triples.
Pitch misses inside from Samuels. This is getting a bit cooler here at Elliott Field in Brookline. And this pitch is off the mid of the catcher. No advance by either runner. I think on these throws back to the pitcher, the players just have to take their time and just calm things down a bit, because with a runner at third, they can score on an errant throw.
Well, Padres coach is going out and discussing things with his young chucker right now, probably telling him exactly what you're saying. Settle down, breathe, get through this.
Samuels deals, and it's fouled over by our first base camera operator, Frank Morello.
Got to remember that Ben is the youngest player in this league, and here he is in the All-Star game pitching. So
got to be a big thrill for him. And this pitch gets back to the backstop. Again, no advance. That's going to be ball 4, and the bases will be loaded.
So the struggles continue here for Washington Square as Coolidge Corner is going to try to get back into this thing here in the 5th inning. They're down 12, so they're going to need a big-time rally, but Felix Hahn will have a chance here to step in and drive in a couple of runs with a base hit.
Felix Hahn standing in, and the pitch misses low and inside, ball 1. Hitting .600 on the year. And the pitch misses low and in, ball 2. No place to put him. Bases are loaded with nobody out as Coolidge Corner threatening. Hahn lifts it in the air to right center. That ball will get down for a base hit. 1 run scores. The second run is in, and the third base runner will stop at third. It's going to be a 2-run double for Hahn, and it's 17-7.
Nice level swing from Felix as he drives in a couple of runs, and just like that, baby steps. They only have 6 outs to go, but still nobody out here in this inning as the floodgates are opening a bit here for Coolidge Corner with 2 men in scoring position in a 17-7 game.
All right, so things getting a bit interesting here. 17-7 is the score. Jared Sokoloff is the batter. Can play any position. Best at the league in fielding at the pitcher position. Swing and a miss. A member of the Orioles, a team that our director and producer Arlen Shostak very familiar with. There's a pop fly foul off to the right. Looks like rain may be headed our way here, John.
That's a shame. We've avoided it all day, but it is getting an ominous cloud cover here as we inch closer to 5 p.m.
And there's a swing and a little roller fouled up the first base line. Washington Square up 17-7. Football type score here at Elliott Field in Brookline today.
Almost feels like football type weather right now as well. Fall.
I don't know about you, but I'm ready for football to come back. I don't want to rush the summer, of course, but this pitch is in the dirt, back to the backstop. No one advancing.
Absolutely. Can't wait till football season gets underway, but baseball is alive and well, as evidenced here today. Our national pastime on time.
Samuel's pitch is fouled straight back, just getting a piece of it.
Of course, I'm from Philadelphia, John, so as an Eagles fan, not as excited as I'm sure many Patriots fans are. Perennial championship contender.
Swinging a slow ground ball down the first base line. Eagles just made a pretty big signing. In fact, I think they just signed a former Patriot, did they not?
They did, LeGarrette Blount, a couple of weeks ago, or last week. And it never hurt to bring in a former Patriot. We got Chris Long earlier this offseason. Now we got LeGarrette Blount. I wish one of them was Tom Brady, but what can you do? We'll take what we can get.
Pitch is in there for a called third strike. That's the first out.
So finally getting an out here is Samuels, and that might, well, they're just going to go out and talk to him. Thought there was going to be another visit to the mound, and now Allen will step in as Meredith looking to get a hit here, bring in some runs.
All right, so we're set to go here. Meredith will stand in.
Took a big hack at that one, did Meredith Allen, whose father we interviewed a little bit ago in this game. He played under Arlen Shostak for these Orioles back in the late 70s, early 80s. A family affair.
Meredith Allen swings and misses at a pitch up in the zone, and she will be a strikeout victim.